everybody. Welcome to another week of Life Lessons of Pilates. It's one of my favorite times of the week. I'm your host, Laura Strasser, and I'm so glad to see you here again this week. I say that because I've really enjoyed having this time with you to share some thoughts and some larger concepts from the perspective of Pilates and lessons that we learn here on the mat and on the reformer, but how that translate into your life on a greater level rather than just your exercise. But it can start with just your exercise and training, and one component can lead you into success into another one. So today I want to talk a little bit about listening, and whether that's listening to your instructor, listening to your teacher, listening to those around you, whatever that is, and how we have a few different components of how we can listen. Number one, we can listen with our mind. Number two, we can listen with our heart. And number three, we can listen with our gut. So let's talk about those few things, because with your mind, we say that a lot in Pilates. You need to think about the work first. You need to think about what you want to be doing first and have that thought process to translate in the body, and that's true. However, sometimes if I'm saying do this and move that and do this, and it's too much information, there's too much coming in, and our brain can get cluttered, and that can get very heavy, and that can get very weighted, and look what happens to my body when that happens. So yes, we want to attach the brain first, but sometimes we just need to focus on one thing and really hone in on that. But if there's a lot of things swirling around, it's hard to figure out what that thing is. So how can we figure it out? One thing I want you to do is think about elevating your head and finding some uplift and some enlightenment up higher in your head and in your brain, and let that bring you up. And then guess what? Now that makes room for our heart. And so now that your head is kind of lifted in a higher place, your heart can actually listen and take in information and make some decisions here. Or this connects to your breath and having your lungs functioning better. And once they can breathe in more, take in more breath, you have more fuel in your body, you have more lift and lightness in your body. And so now that this is now lifted, your heart is now lifted, and you can listen from your heart. Now that makes room for your gut, or from your powerhouse down below, or things that are really just deep in your core. And we say that all the time too, right? In Pilates, like find your core and all that stuff. Well, that goes into a greater sense of core. That goes into what is the truest part of whatever it is. You want to find that it's essential intention, and you want to listen from your gut. What is it that you know to be true from your gut, from your core, from your soul? All those things very down deep. But if you have all of this weighing you down, if you have your head, if you have your heart, all of that pushing down in your gut, it becomes hard for your gut to function. And so it becomes hard for it to listen. So if you can you have to lift it up. You have to find some way of uplift. You have to find some way of enlightenment, or I'm trying to use all these words kind of interchangeably, so you can tap into that, whether that's on the reformer or whether that's in life. We need to find some way to elevate our thinking, to elevate our brain, to elevate our heart, to elevate our gut. And then our gut can lead us. What do we know is true from its very basis, from its very depth and core, to be able to guide us. Let the gut, the core, the center guide our movement. And so this becomes very important. So I want y'all to take that with you for your week this week, and really think about enlightenment and uplift, and letting it listen from your heart, and then letting your gut take over and really feel what that is from your core. What is the imperative? And move from there. Okay? So have a great, wonderful week. I look forward to seeing you soon. Hope you're all doing well. Bye.